Hi, this is Dave from the marketing department here at Speedway Motors. Going to talk to you today a little bit about some of the issues you're going to run into with some of the body panels that we offer. We offer a lot of reproduction body panels for quite a few different vintage vehicles. So we're going to start primarily with going over some of the things that you're going to do when you get ready to hang that body panel. And one of the greatest things that we've got in our arsenal of tools, I guess if you want to call it that, is a machinist straight edge. These things are manufactured usually to within 1/1000th of a tolerance from one end to the other. So they are extremely straight. They're great for checking your alignment and, from panel transition, from your front fender to your door or anything of that nature. So these are great. You can, once you get your panel aligned, you can set it up there. If your panels are too far in or too far out, if they're too far out, you can usually take a hammer and a dolly and tap them in a little bit, or you can bend the mounting tab a little. If they're too far in, however, that's where you can pick up some of these great little shims. I'll just pull a couple here. These are 1/16 inch, so you can stack these if necessary. Basically what happens is sometimes your panel is sitting like this, and what you need to do is you use those shims, you plant those shims in behind, and it'll move that panel out so the alignment matches up. The other great thing about that is you can use these shims and stack these as alignment to get your gap proper in between panels. Because like on most GMs, when you're hanging GM panels, the greatest thing to do is you start with a door, because your rocker panel is usually locked in and level, and then that gives you a level surface to stack from. So I'll use the straight edge as an example. If your rocker panel is here and you want to hang your door and you want to make sure your door is level, so take a couple of shims, got a couple of shims there, and you'll have a couple of shims there, and then your gap across these 2 points is going to be the same. Once your door is hung, the rest of your panels pretty much fall into place from there. Once you've got your panels hung, then you're going to want to look and see, do I have any dents, do I have any creases or anything like that? One of the greatest things, you take a flashlight, start at the leading edge of it, and just shine the flashlight down the length of it. So it would basically be starting your flashlight here and shining it this direction across your body panel. Your eyes will be able to pick up the small dents or anything that you're going to find. And one of the other greatest things, your hand. Just run your hand along it. Your fingers are going to find those dents faster than your eyes will, because your fingers are so very sensitive. I mean, I've done mechanicking for 15 or 20 years in one form or another. My hands are a little beat. It still works fantastic to find even the small little dings. Once you find those dings, I use a Sharpie or something like that. I mean, most panels are going to come in what they call a black electronic or E-coat. You can take that Sharpie and it'll still show up on that black. Just circle it and you've got your point of reference. Take your body filler and skim coat real light. Rule of thumb when it comes to body filler, never go more than 1/8 of an inch thick. If you've got 1/8 of an inch thick, you need to do some different work. You do some body or some hammer and dolly work and go from there. So take your time, remember that 1/8 inch rule, and eventually you'll have a nice smooth panel. Once you've got that nice smooth panel, all your panels are hung and all that light body work is finished and ready to go, then it's time to put down some primer, some sealer, and some color.